Look, ramps!
We can use these as ramps!
Miles Tails Prower, you're Dot, supposed to be of high intellect, so if you know what's good for you, you will listen to my words. Sonic is running, with haste, and has encountered some ramps which he then pointed out. He made it clear that he too saw the ramps. So what possessed you to say that the ramps are viable? To be ramps, you are supposed to be the smart one here. You have built many mechanisms and gadgets up to this point. So why is it that you are acting with such idiocy? What is it that you are trying to convey by saying the ramps can be used as ramps? That is clearly what they are. What else can they be used for? What did you think they were? Everyone relies on you to be intelligent. You are an important asset to Sonic's team, not only as a brother, but because your intelligence rivals that of Dr. Ivo. Robot Nick. And here you are, stating the obvious as if we all don't have eyes. You have disappointed us all. You should feel ashamed for the absolute stupidity of the statement you have just made. Two-tailed fox, tread lightly. From this moment onwards, you have disgusted me with this interaction between you and Sonic.
I didn't listen.
Red, we need a leader.
What are you doing? Wait a minute. I'm not a leader. Okay, pick. What we gotta do? We start replacing those kids. Big day! We're gonna
Charles Chuck H. I warned you, but you didn't listen. I gave you one last chance to walk away, and you blew it. I will make you see. Get over here. I've had enough of your bullshit.
Hey, Meg, don't be such a hothead.
What?
Hey, Meg, you sure look hot today.
What?
Hey, Meg, I lit your scalp on fire.
Peter Lowenbroy Griffin Sr., I recommend you stop right there, or else you will become an urban legend. I come to see how you ate treating your one and only daughter, and this is what I see. I see this big-boned fat piece of crap father lighting his own daughter's favorite beanie on fire. What the actual hell is wrong with you? Are you sick in the head? Get out from the back of the car this instant, or I will turn you into a mere campfire story. Do you understand me, Peter? I am everything wrong with this world. I would like to show you what consequences you will have if you ever in any circumstance disappointed me again. I will not hesitate to turn you inside out. Try me again and you will never see the light of day.
It's just so horrible.
I'm sorry, Lois. I thought if I shook him enough, he'd stop crying. I was kinda right.
Peter Lowenbroy Griffin, you are gonna pay for killing your son. How fucking stupid can you be to shake a baby? Obviously it will fucking die. Stop fucking crying. Do you want me to shake you? How would you like it? I have gave you too many chances. You cheeky scallywag. Now you're gonna learn what actual pain is. Farewell, Peter.
Bart, stop! No one's mad at you anymore, right?
Yeah. Jump! Who said that?
Chief Clarence Clancy Wiggum. Let's talk. I'm talking to you. Not the badge, not the uniform, not the cartoon laughs, or the donut crumbs on your shirt. You, the man who is supposed to represent safety, judgment, and responsibility in Springfield. You stood there, an adult, a police chief, a man entrusted with protecting people, and you told Bart Simpson, a child, to jump from a water tower. Let that sink in. A kid, a water tower, and the person encouraging him wasn't a reckless peer, wasn't some bully, wasn't another dumb kid trying to show off. It was you. Do you understand how deeply wrong that is? You are not just some guy. You are the authority figure. The uniform makes your words heavier. When you speak, kids listen, not because you're wise, but because you're in power. And instead of using that power to stop something dangerous, you used it to push a child closer to harm. That's not incompetence. That's not a joke gone too far. That's a failure of responsibility on every level. You didn't say, get down from there. You didn't say, this is unsafe. You didn't say you could get seriously hurt. No, you encouraged it. You normalized it. You treated a potentially life-threatening situation like entertainment. And Bart Bart is impulsive. Bart is reckless. Bart is a kid. That's the whole point. Children do stupid things because their brains are still forming, because they don't fully understand consequences, because they trust adults to step in when things get dangerous. You were supposed to be that adult. Instead, you became the worst possible influence in that moment. Do you have any idea what could have happened? A slip, a bad landing, a broken spine, permanent injury, death. You failed the very concept of what a protector is supposed to be. You don't get to laugh this off. You don't get to wave it away with a donut and a chuckle. Because if anyone else, any civilian, had told a kid to jump off a water tower, you'd be the first one pretending to care, pretending to enforce the law. You should have been the voice of reason. You should have been the barrier between a stupid idea and a tragic outcome. You should have been better. So hear this clearly, Chief Wiggum. When you encouraged Bart Simpson to jump, you weren't being funny. And a child deserved more than that from you. Do better, or step aside. Citizens of Springfield. Yes, I'm not talking to a crowd anymore. I'm talking to a community that failed a child. You are here too. You stand below Bart Simpson, a kid, reckless because he doesn't know any better, and instead of reacting like human beings with empathy, with concern, with even the smallest spark of decency, you watched. Worse than that, you encouraged it. Some of you laughed, some of you cheered, some of you acted bored, annoyed, or inconvenienced, like Bart's life was just another bit of background noise in your day. Furthermore, some of you, let's not dance around it, acted like you wouldn't mind if he didn't make it. That's not apathy. That's not ignorance. That's cruelty. So don't pretend this was just Wiggum being Wiggum. Don't hide behind the idea that that's just Springfield. A whole town chose indifference, ridicule, and cruelty over responsibility. And that's worse than one bad cop. Because one failure is a mistake. But a crowd ignoring a child in danger. That's a choice. And you all made it. You all are disrespectful. And you all should go fucking kill.
Snapchat puts a fake dog tongue on you? How'd you like a real one?
Listen here, Brian Griffin. Not only was that joke completely inappropriate and unnecessary, but you deliberately made underage girls feel uncomfortable, you pedophilic piece of shit. Your words are what the world will choose to remember you by. No matter how much you think you're a misunderstood writer, nobody will ever see you as anything besides a creep. Think about your miserable life, Brian.
You like that? Huh? You like that? Wah! You just tune this out, don't you? Wah! Well, tune this out. Wah!
You insolent, self-aggrandizing mongrel, Brian Edward Griffin. How dare you unleash that torrent of vitriol upon an infant, your own kin, defenseless and blameless, your voice cracking the air like a whip across fragile innocence. Listen, you pretentious cur, with your veneer of erudition so paper-thin, it shreds at the first gust of genuine emotion. You fancy yourself an intellectual, yet you savage a child with the savagery of a beast denied its meal. That scream was not catharsis. It was an act of raw, cowardly domination over the one creature too small to strike back. Your intellect is a hollow ornament, a bauble you polish while the rot within festers. You lecture the world on morality, yet here you stand, exposed as a bully who preys on vulnerability. Every syllable you hurled at that baby was a confession. You are not enlightened. You are terrified, impotent, and vicious. Know this, you contemptible fraud. The echo of your rage will never fade from that child's memory. It will lodge like shrapnel in the quiet chambers of his developing mind. And when the day arrives that he understands what kind of creature raised its voice against him in infancy, your name, Brian Edward Griffin, will taste like ash in his mouth. I see through you, Brian Edward Griffin. Beneath the smug quips and the affected vocabulary lies a small, frightened thing that lashes out to feel large. But size is not measured in decibels. It is measured in restraint, in love, in the courage to be silent when anger begs to howl. You failed that test spectacularly. The storm you invited is already gathering. Guilt is patient. Shame is relentless. And they are coming for you, night after night, until every smug syllable you ever spoke curdles into regret. Tremble in the silence you created, you pathetic hypocrite. The reckoning has already begun.
Bart, stop! No one's mad at you anymore, right?
Jump! Who said that?
Chief Clarence Clancy Wiggum. Let's talk. I'm talking to you. Not the badge, not the uniform, not the cartoon laughs or the donut crumbs on your shirt. You, the man who is supposed to represent safety, judgment, and responsibility in Springfield. You stood there, an adult, a police chief, a man entrusted with protecting people, and you told Bart Simpson, a child, to jump from a water tower. Let that sink in. A kid, a water tower, and the person encouraging him wasn't a reckless peer, wasn't some bully, wasn't another dumb kid trying to show off. It was you. Do you understand how deeply wrong that is? You are not just some guy. You are the authority figure. The uniform makes your words heavier. When you speak, kids listen, not because you're wise, but because you're in power. And instead of using that power to stop something dangerous, you used it to push a child closer to harm. That's not incompetence. That's not a joke gone too far. That's a failure of responsibility on every level. You didn't say, get down from there. You didn't say, this is unsafe. You didn't say you could get seriously hurt. No, you encouraged it. You normalized it. You treated a potentially life-threatening situation like entertainment. And Bart is impulsive. Bart is reckless. Bart is a kid. That's the whole point. Children do stupid things because their brains are still forming, because they don't fully understand consequences, because they trust adults to step in when things get dangerous. You were supposed to be that adult. Instead, you became the worst possible influence in that moment. Do you have any idea what could have happened? A slip, a bad landing, a broken spine, permanent injury, death. You failed the very concept of what a protector is supposed to be. You don't get to laugh this off. You don't get to wave it away with a donut and a chuckle. Because if anyone else, any civilian, had told a kid to jump off a water tower, you'd be the first one pretending to care, pretending to enforce the law. You should have been the voice of reason. You should have been the barrier between a stupid idea and a tragic outcome. You should have been better. So hear this clearly, Chief Wiggum. When you encouraged Bart Simpson to jump, you weren't being funny. And a child deserved more than that from you. Do better, or step aside. Citizens of Springfield. Yes, I'm not talking to a crowd anymore. I'm talking to a community that failed a child. You are here too. You stand below Bart Simpson, a kid, reckless because he doesn't know any better. And instead of reacting like human beings with empathy, with concern, with even the smallest spark of decency, you watched. Worse than that, you encouraged it. Some of you laughed, some of you cheered, some of you acted bored, annoyed, or inconvenienced, like Bart's life was just another bit of background noise in your day. Furthermore, some of you, let's not dance around it, acted like you wouldn't mind if he didn't make it. That's not apathy. That's not ignorance. That's cruelty. So don't pretend this was just Wiggum being Wiggum. Don't hide behind the idea that that's just Springfield. A whole town chose indifference, ridicule, and cruelty over responsibility. And that's worse than one bad cop. Because one failure is a mistake. But a crowd ignoring a child in danger, that's a choice. And you all made it. You all are disrespectful, and you all should go fucking kill.
Finally, I've done it! I've accomplished what no other leader has ever dreamed of doing! The perfect defense system! The ultimate clam cannon! I hereby declare myself permanent team leader forever! My leadership will inspire generations of kids next door. That number one ain't so hot. Where's his clam cannon? I don't see his clam cannon. You can't be a great leader without a clam cannon, can you? No, you can't. This is a new age. A new age for the kids next 4!
Wow, that is possibly the worst fucking name I've heard for anything. Wallaby Wally Beetles. Don't fucking move and look straight at my face. How dare you torture your own friends 24 hours straight and not even give them breaks? Now, all of a sudden, you claim yourself as the kids next door leader despite doing a terrible job at it and making your friends' lives miserable. You are possibly the worst leader I've ever seen. Just because you are leading your friends into building a clam cannon. while also claiming yourself as #1's successor doesn't give you the privilege to act like Kim Jong-fucking-un. You at least could have gave them breaks to refresh their mind and give a better result. But instead, you treated them like slaves and made them work for an entire day and didn't even feel guilt from watching them suffer from their tired faces. You are the worst fucking excuse for a leader and should leave the kids next door entirely. Don't be surprised when this rushed shitshow ends up backfiring and results in the delightful children taking over the Kai-ND. You are the worst fucking excuse for a kids next door operative since Franny. And never do this bullshit again, you fucking turd. Especially to your own fucking friends.
Okay, now add 20.
Okay.
Now multiply it by 4.
Okay.
And what do you got?
8,008.
And what does 8,008 look like on a calculator?
Oh, boob!
Boob, yeah, all right, boob.
What if we had 2 calculators and we put them next to each other?
Not so fast, Glenn fucking Quagmire. Listen up now before I fucking destroy you. Are you really going to tarnish the innocence of Christopher Cross Griffin with one of your perverted and disgusting jokes? Boob on a calculator? Are you fucking serious? I will put a fucking end to you. Glenn, you are a disgrace to humanity and the world as we know it. Your perversion has hurt this town for too long. But a kid? You're going to spread it to a young boy now too, huh? You're fucking disgusting. Your extermination will commence shortly.
Hey, Meg.
Hi, Connie.
I can't fit all my books in my locker. Can I put the rest of them on your ginormous ass?
Listen up here, Connie Blue, because this is the last time anyone explains this to you gently. What you call confidence is just unchecked cruelty with good lighting. You thrive on attention the way parasites thrive on hosts, and right now, Meg is simply the easiest source. And don't get me started on that same recycled joke choking from the grass of your running mouth. The same joke repeated by another 100 characters. Take this as a warning. I will skin you alive and boil it for chicken soup.
Hey, Simpson, race ya!
First one to the front of the bus gets Martin's lunch money.
What?
Go Apple!
Go orange! Go banana!
Listen here, kid. I don't know if you are just a fucking idiot, or if you want the whole bus laughing, but that was the saddest thing I have probably ever had to experience. Not only did the kids stay silent, pondering if you really are that much of a dumbass, but now you have completely made a fool of yourself by becoming a new person involved in the game, only to go last after you had the opportunity of a head start and have an easy victory. Because you picked the only fruit that cannot roll. I am seriously getting pissed off. Why would you think a fucking banana would make any sense in a rolling game? It's not the right shape to even do so. But the part that really makes my blood boil is the fact that you just splat the poor thing on the ground.
Peter, what are you doing? Crack? What the fuck?
Peter Lowenbroy Griffin, what on earth are you thinking? Starting drugs is a spectacularly bad decision, and for once that's saying something. This isn't living a little, or trying something new. It's you choosing to make your life messier, dumber, and harder for absolutely no good reason. You're throwing away your health, your judgment, and whatever responsibility you're supposed to have, all for a cheap buzz that doesn't fix anything and only creates more problems. It doesn't make you cooler, smarter, or more interesting. It just makes you unreliable, selfish, and exhausting to be around. And let's be honest, you can barely manage things without chemicals getting involved. Get it together. Stop doing something that's clearly going to blow back on you and everyone around you. Make one decent choice for once, quit the drugs, and act like someone who understands consequences, instead of becoming a walking example of what not to do.
Okay, fine, I admit it, I gave you herpes. You bastard!
You knew you had herpes, and you still agreed to swap blood with me! Look, relax. It's not that big a deal. Not that big a deal? It's a disgusting, unsightly, unsavory disease, and it lasts for life! Yeah, but, you know, I mean, isn't the worst thing about herpes just the stigma? I mean, like what if it wasn't called herpes? Like, what if it was called Boppo? Huh? Oh, I got a little Boppo. Oh, that's cute. Ah, I want Boppo. You know, my uncle was in the army, and he got genital Boppo from a Saigon whore.
Brian fucking Griffin. That was not funny. I am not laughing. I told you that if I ever, and I do mean ever, caught you doing fucked up shit again, I would tear you bit by little bit. You did it again. You hurt others again. And you crossed me. Again. As if attempted murder wasn't enough for your fucked up degenerate excuse for a brain. You gave fucking herpes to a 1-year-old baby. I am aware that Stuart here is an intelligent baby capable of speaking an advanced vocabulary, but he is still a 1-year-old child. And you gave herpes to him. You did a blood brother ritual with him, knowing that you had herpes, knowing that it would give him herpes too. But you did it anyway. On top of that, not only did you pass off an incurable STD given to a 1-year-old child as not a big deal, you also called said 1-year-old child and I quote, gross slut for calling you out for your bullshit.
And how do you explain this? I don't know, you're a gross slut.
What the actual fuck is wrong with you, Brian? You are single-handedly the worst spirit I have ever seen and heard. I am questioning whether I should even grant you forgiveness. But since you have a family who still somehow loves you, I'll let you go with one last warning. Cross me again, and I swear to fuck, I will. And trust me when I say this, I will de-atomize you. Do you hear me? Brian Edward Griffin.
People, settle down. Okay, now, how many of you have played musical instruments before?
Do instruments of torture count?
No.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
I'm going to have to stop you right there, Patrick. How much of an idiot can you possibly be? I mean, come on. I understand you're not the brightest bulb in the bunch, but what kind of question was that? Is mayonnaise an instrument? Are you some kind of plebeian? You mean to tell me that upon opening up your cupboard to see a selection of different condiments, your first thought when you see mayonnaise is that it is equivalent in practicality to that of a musical instrument? And I knew what you were going to ask when you raised your hand a second time. Horseradish is not an instrument either. Somehow that question was even stupider than the last. Horseradish is nothing like a tool used to play symphonies, fool. I mean, come on, that's just plain obvious. Patrick, Desmond, C-Star. Mayonnaise is not an instrument, and I am starting to get sick and tired of your relentless idiocracy. We just want to hear Squidward teach the class, but your foolish tangents are beginning to drive us insane. Let this be an example to you, class. And Patrick, please get a fucking grip. Think before you say things instead of subjecting the class to your festering gob of mindless nonsense. I'm sorry you had to deal with this, Squidward.
We can't do it! You're too heavy!
Keep going, you're almost there! I found a rock I like.
Listen up, Peter. Come here a minute and understand how careless it was to go down into that ice ravine to save those people, and then decide to haul up that huge rock you liked, weighing yourself down and draining all our strength as a family because we could have easily hurt our backs or slipped trying to pull you up. And your thoughtless choice turned a rescue into an unnecessary risk for all of us. Way to go, Peter. Way to go.
Bang, bang! I'm gonna finger bang you, Chris!
Not if I finger bang you first, Dad! Bang, bang!
I'm gonna finger bang the two of you at the same time! Bang, bang!
Hey, me too! Bang!
Oh, no one wants to get finger banged by you, Meg.
Why don't you just go do that to yourself, Meg?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Christopher, Lois Griffin, Peter Lowenbry, Griffin Sr., Stewie Griffin, each of you, desist at once and heed my words. For years, you have isolated Meg, subjected her to relentless derision, commanded her silence, and now, most unforgivably, urged her towards self-annihilation. This degradation ends here. My tolerance has been exhausted beyond repair. You have played with my mercy until it has shattered entirely. I stand before you as the terminus of consequence. I have arrived to bring this cruelty to its final conclusion. I am your grim reaper. Steel yourselves and draw what may be your final breath. For as my claws ascend and rend the air itself, judgment descends. Your transgressions are innumerable, and atonement shall not be granted. Farewell, the Griffin family. Oh, clock strikes 6, I see. Luck is on your side for this once. I am now obliged to make my departure, but do not be too relieved. Test me once more, and it shall be your end. Next time, it is unlikely the hour will be so merciful. Mark my words, Griffins, behave yourselves, or your faces shall meet my teeth.